So my lovelies, here we are doing another spell for you guys. This is a little bit more complex, but this is definitely, I've been working with a client of mine and this is the final step. I will take you guys step by step so you guys can do this on your own. This last process is very simple for those of you guys that are just learning or practicing or dabbing into spell work. More than anything, it's a little bit more complex in regards to ingredients, but it's very simple and very easy to do. So what you're going to be needing is you're going to be needing a, as you guys can see, a figurine. It could be male or female depending on who you're doing this for. This is a representation of them. If you don't have a figurine candle, then you can also use skull candles, whichever you prefer, whichever you guys feel more comfortable with. You're also going to be needing rose quartz. It could be small, it doesn't have to be this big. This is just obviously because it does carry the love element and the love energy. Also, I would highly encourage you guys to use a crystal quartz. And this is to be able to have no blockages whatsoever when you're doing the spell work, so it can go through very clearly. Okay, now you will be needing some holy water. It could be holy water or consecrated water. You can get it in church or you can consecrate it yourself. You're going to be needing love oils. As you guys know, I work my own oils, but you guys are welcome to use anything that has to do with Adam and Eve, come to me oil, love oil, and pole oil. Whichever one of those works good. There's quite a mixture of some in here. But anyways, you're going to be needing precipitation powder. As you guys can see here, this is a mixture of black and red. You're going to be needing both of them. You cannot use one or the other. It has to be the black and it has to be the red. I get a lot of clients, a lot of subscribers messaging me and telling me, well, you know, I haven't seen results as of yet, but I kind of tweaked it and I use this and I use that. If there is certain type of spells that you guys cannot work based off of the ingredients that you need, part of spell work is honing your own craft. So if you cannot find some type of ingredient, my suggestion would be, if for those of you guys that are barely learning spell work, definitely go off of what I'm telling you and don't try to alter it until you're able to practice more or you are a little bit more experienced in this realm. Then you can tweak and do all kind of stuff to whatever ingredients. But if you're, fairly new, stick to what I'm telling you so you guys can see the results, okay? And of course, like anything, you have to have devotion, you have to have patience, and you have to have faith more than anything, okay? If you don't have faith, do not even do this. Do not even do anything, really, when it comes to not having faith. Anything that has to do with energies, it's very important for you to surrender to the process and to be open. Consider yourselves a vessel, and you're opening, when doing spell work, you're opening yourself up, opening yourself up and sending or projecting that energy towards the person, etc. So it's very important. Concentration, as always. Meditate and ground yourself before commencing. Okay, so I've already mentioned what you're going to be needing. You're also going to be needing some cinnamon powder. No, you cannot use sticks. It has to be cinnamon powder. We've already set the precipitation powders. And you're going to be needing roses, but not the ones that have bloomed yet, okay? Preferably dry. If you can, if you need to do this as soon as possible, then obviously my suggestion would be, obviously use the fresh ones. But I do prefer, for this spell particularly, I do prefer dry ones. Obviously, I've been working with this client, so I was able to have these dry and ready to go. So anyways, you're going to be getting rosebuds. Always use, for this type of spell, you're always going to use odd numbers. So you can use 3 rosebuds, you can use 5 rosebuds, or 7 rosebuds, okay? Never use an even number. Now you're also going to be needing 7 tea lights. They must be white, as you guys can see here. And this is a 7-day ritual. So once everything is done, you're going to light the first tea light with this candle. And you're going to do that for 7 days. You must do this only in new moon or waxing moon. You cannot do this when the moon is waning. If you don't know what that means, please look it up. I'm not really going to go into that. So, okay. So 7 tea lights. They must be white tea lights. And you're also going to be using a brown paper. Okay. You guys already know that I use this a lot. It could be any type of, you can use it from a bag. They sell these bags at the 99. That's where I get them. And they're very, very effective. So you're going to be needing a brown one. Also, you're going to be needing a pen, preferably a blue pen for this spell particularly. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to consecrate the tea lights. You guys, I already know you can just sprinkle them with holy or consecrated water, recite a prayer over them. I've already done that. Obviously, everything I use is already consecrated, but I'm just going over it for you guys to see. If you don't know how to consecrate, my suggestion would be to sprinkle some holy water, consecrated water over the tea lights, make a cross, asking spirits, whoever you work with, asking spirits to step forward and guide you in this spell work. As you guys can see here, we have, obviously, I have a black candle. This is forceful type of spell work. So you must always, always protect yourself. If you don't know how to protect yourself, comment below and let me know. And I will do a video particularly just for that, how to protect yourself when doing spell work, okay? So on to the spell work. Obviously, like I said, we've already consecrated this. So what you're going to do is you're going to get the rosebuds and you're basically just going to break them down. Also, I forgot to mention, you guys will be needing a tray or a plate that you're only going to be using for love spells or spell work that has to do with love. Always, always remember never to mix different types of spell work with the same tools. So what I mean by that is make sure not to use, tools that you use for love, not to use them when, as an example, banishing someone or hexing or cursing someone. Obviously, you don't want to mix that because it's bad juju, okay? So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be, again, like I said, separating or pretty much crushing the rosebuds. And when you're doing this, please really concentrate on what you're doing, telling yourself mentally or reciting a prayer. Again, like I said, calling on the spirits that you work with or the saints or God and goddesses that you work with. Always, always consecrate all your ingredients before doing this. Obviously, if you don't know, again, like I said, you could just do a cross and ask spirits to be present and guide you through this process, okay? So once this is done, what you're going to do is you're going to be using the cinnamon powder, and you're going to use your left hand, okay? Left is connected to the heart chakra, so obviously we're doing a love spell. You're going to be using your left hand to sprinkle the cinnamon. Once you have done that with your right hand or prominent hand, you're going to put over your hand over the petals, and you're going to put loving and think of the person that you're doing this for and put energy into it, okay? Take your time, you guys. Please really visualize and concentrate on what you're doing, okay? So once that is done, Then we're going to put this to the side, and you're going to get the brown back. And what you're going to do is on one side, you're going to write this down, and I will recite it to you guys. So you're going to write down, I speak to time, I talk to the breeze. For that which I ask may be given to me. May it come in a hurry. I ask to the winds, hear my plea, and be present for that which I ask mentally be brought to reality in this present time. Okay, you're going to repeat that 3 times. I speak to time, I talk to the breeze. For that which I ask may be given to me in a hurry. I ask to the winds, hear my plea, and be present for that which I ask mentally be brought to reality in this present time. And you repeat it 1 more time. So once this is done, or once you've recited this, obviously you have to write it down, be prepared when doing this. You're going to write this down on back of the brown paper. What you're going to do is you're going to write your partner's name, obviously going this way, and you're going to put their first, last name, and their date of birth here. Then you're going to write your first, last name, and date of birth going this way, okay? So I'm not sure if you get what I'm saying, so I will show you guys rather quickly. So you're going to put partner's name and date of birth. Okay, like this. Then you're going to put your name, going this way, and you're going to write it down 3 times. You're going to cross over their name. Okay, so their name is going this way. Yours is going to be going this way down. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. So anyways, once that has been done, you are ready to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to put, obviously I have my client's information in the back. You're also going to be putting your petition. So once you do this, right, over it, you're going to put your petition. So as an example, you can put I, and then you put your first, last name, born, and you're going to put the date of birth, and you're going to put as that, and then you're going to put your partner's name, last name, and date of birth. Think of me constantly, come to me, reach out to me, be obedient, be submissive to me and only me, and love me, and show me with actions how much I mean to him. You can make it as personal as possible, as elaborate as possible, obviously. Okay, so once you do this, what you're going to do now is you're going to get a bunch of rose petals, and you're going to put this paper, which is petition paper, you're going to put it almost in a, under the rose petals, okay? Now onto the figurine. So what we're going to do is, obviously you're going to consecrate it before you consecrate it. Obviously it's very important to what we say baptize. You're going to baptize the doll. So you're going to put the partner's name. You could put it at the bottom. You could put it over their head. You could put it, excuse me, you can put it from the bottom up. You're going to write down their name and their date of birth. So you're going to be, you can use this, you can use a pen for this. You can use a wooden stick. You can use a knife. You can use whatever tool you wish or you're able to use. Okay, so once this is done and once you've engraved his name or her name, last name, and date of birth, you're going to be blessing it. You're going to, because it is a figurine, obviously, I'm going to be putting my prominent hand over its head, and I'm going to be saying mentally his name. So as an example, what you could do is you could say, I baptize you now, partner's name, last name, date of birth. From here on out, you are in the domination of, and then you're going to say your name, full name, last name, and date of birth. So give me a couple of minutes while I charge this, just because we're getting ready to light it. Okay, so once that is done, what you're going to do is you're going to get the oils, or whatever oil that you're using. You're going to rub it on both your hands, or fingertips, I should say. And you're going to first anoint it in the head, in the chest, in their groin, and in their feet. Okay? Then you're going to do it again. Then you're going to put a few drops almost in bathing it, right? So you're gonna rub or anoint the candle, and always doing it in a upward motion. Oof, smells absolutely delicious. Okay, so once that is done, what we're going to do now is we are going to pour some precipitation powder over the candle. Precipitation is a very, very strong. This is a very powerful tool that us witches use. Precipitation does exactly that. It precipitates, it, you know, increases and makes the process much, much quicker. It makes this person extremely vulnerable. It overpowers them, and makes them react in a very quicker way than really any other type of powder, especially for this type of spell work. Okay, I did forget to mention what this spell is for. This is basically, as you guys can see in the title, this is to have someone obsess over you, whether they're with you or not. This will increase and amplify their desire to be around you, to want to be with you, to communicate, to be able to rekindle the relationship, whatever your situation may be. This is an obsession type of spell. And again, if you do this with very much of devotion, you will start to see results very immediately. This person will, you know, become very, very warm towards you. If this is a person that is no longer with you and there hasn't been any communication, you will quickly start to see progress and see them communicate, reach out to you. Okay, so once that is done, you are pretty much set. Make sure to put this in an altar or in your room, wherever you're doing this. Make sure that it's not going to be disturbed. It's going to be, you know, your sacred space, because you are going to be doing this for the remaining 7 days. So today would be considered the first day. So you're going to be lighting, you're going to put the 7 candles around the tray or the plate. And what you're going to do is you're going to light it at the 12 o'clock, because we're going this way in a clockwise position, okay? So you're going to be lighting your 12 o'clock. You're going to light this tea light first, then you're going to light this candle. Once it is lit, you're not going to disturb it, you're not going to touch it. You're going to let the tea light completely extinguish itself, and you're going to let this candle burn. If you need to step away to make it safer for you guys, what you can do is once the tea light is done, you're going to also extinguish this candle. because you're going to have to make time or not burn it as quickly so you can actually do this whole process within 7 days, okay? So try not to burn this candle very quickly. Now, the candles do speak to us, and they do let us know how quickly we're going to get results, if there's any blockages, any resistance, stuff like that. But try the best you can to, you know, let it burn, always concentrating and focusing on it, putting energy into it. Once the tea light is done, then you're going to turn this candle off. Never blow your candles out. Always extinguish them. Either snuff them out or put saliva on your fingers and, you know, put it out. Never, ever blow on them, especially if it is consecrated candles, candles that are worked and charged, okay? So once you do this, again, you're going to you're going to light the tea light. You're going to light this candle. Once the tea light is done or extinguished, you're going to also turn this one off. You're not going to blow it. You're going to extinguish it. And then the next day, you're going to do the same process. You're going to light the tea light. You're going to light this candle. You're going to let it pretty much burn out. And then you're going to extinguish it. You're going to do this for 7 days. Once the 7 days are completed, you should start to see changes, or you should experience the partner reaching out and communicating with you within this time frame, or it could happen a day or two after the ritual has been completed, okay? So we are going to light the candle now. Never use lighter for these type of spell work. So you're going to light the tea light, and you're also going to light this candle. Once this has been completed, this figurine is going to melt all the way to the bottom. When this ritual is completed and done, what you're going to do is this figurine is going to be melted into melted wax. And some of the rose petals are going to be in the wax. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to lift the wax off the paper, and you're going to put it in a silk red cloth or a regular red cloth. You're going to put it under your bed, and you're going to keep it there under your mattress, under your mattress. And you're going to let it sit there until your partner has returned to you, until your partner has either reconnected with you, asked you to be with you. You could keep it there as long as you like. Another way of doing this is you can also bury it. My suggestion would be to bury it by a tree, because obviously a tree, very, very hard for it to die or dry out. So this is going to be a symbolization of your relationship, which relationships should be that way: strong, you know, powerful, sturdy, and, you know, abundant. So again, my suggestion would be to bury it under a tree as a symbolization of the relationship, or you can always keep it under your mattress, you know, for as long as you like. If you should change your mind or decide to undo this, you are always free to do that. And the way to do that is undigging it or taking it out of your mattress and smashing the wax, making sure to pull out the paper and ripping the paper. If it has wax and there's been wax in it, then you're going to obviously crumble the wax until it is completely broken, and you're going to toss it out, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this spell. I know it's very quick. I tried to run through it very quickly, as a lot of you guys say, you know, or complain that I talk a lot. Not that I really care, because I honestly don't. If you don't like someone to really go into details about the spell work, then go to another channel. That is not me. I like to, you know, give as much information as I possibly can. I do not like people to jump into certain, especially when it comes to spell work, jump into something without knowing exactly what it is that they're getting into. So anyways, with that said, I hope you guys enjoy this spell work for you, and I hope you guys get results, and we'll see each other soon. Okay, bye.